where the spirit can move. Philip Koch wrote, "Certainly, freedom of movement is a universal metaphor for the spiritual freedom of solitude, where our spirits wander or ramble or leap or soar." I love the movement in that sentence: wander, ramble, leap, soar. Those are not words of confinement. They are not words of emptiness or loneliness. They are words of life. That is something people often misunderstand about solitude. They imagine it as stillness in the worst sense. A person sitting alone with nothing happening, no one nearby, no movement, no connection, no purpose. But real solitude is not always still. Sometimes solitude is the only place where the inner life can finally move. When I am around too much noise, too many expectations, too many opinions, my spirit starts to feel cramped. Not destroyed, not broken, just crowded. There is only so much room to think when the world keeps talking over you. There is only so much room to feel when everyone else is telling you what your feelings should look like. But out here, in the quiet, something opens. The mind starts to wander in the best way. A thought has room to stretch. A memory comes forward without being rushed away. A question rises. A grief softens. A hope returns. That is the freedom solitude gives me. Not just the freedom to be away from people, but the freedom to move inwardly without being interrupted or corrected. There is a kind of spiritual movement that only happens when no one is watching. On a quiet walk through the woods, my thoughts do not have to march in a straight line. They can ramble. They can circle back. They can notice the light through the trees, the sound of the dogs, the damp earth, the morning air. And sometimes, without warning, something in me lifts. Not dramatically, not in some grand mystical way, just enough to remember that I am more than my worries, more than my responsibilities, more than the version of myself the world sees. Solitude gives the soul room to breathe, room to wander, room to become honest again. And maybe that is why some of us need it so deeply. We are not trying to disappear from life. We are trying to find enough space inside it for our spirits to move freely, because a life without movement of the soul is not peace. It is confinement, and solitude at its best is the open gate.